Make no little plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood. Daniel Burnham, 1907.
It is the heart of Springfield.
In order to have a really good, vibrant community, you have to have a good, vibrant downtown.
Downtown was the most important part.
Downtown is everybody's neighborhood, a place to live, work, and play. A place where people of all ages, backgrounds, and interests are welcome to enjoy a vibrant, dynamic, and growing environment. Downtown is an exciting, inviting, livable place. Downtown is clean, safe, friendly, and accessible to all. Established on December 20th, 1965, Downtown Springfield Association came to life during a time of vibrance. A wealth of retail, theater, double features, and more kept the business and cultural core of Southwest Missouri abuzz.
When I was a kid, this is where all of the major stores were. There were no strip shopping centers, so there was no mall. So all of the shopping was really focused in the downtown area. Of course, hers was the place to go.
It was a beehive. I was small, and my grandmother, who was the first person to bring me to the square, was tiny. She was 4'11". And I can remember it being so busy and so full on the sidewalk that I was in fear that we would be pushed off out into the street. And we had come down to visit her sister, who worked in hers. And it was Christmas time, and it was just pandemonium. People everywhere, and happy people. It was like fairyland. It was amazing to me. It really was.
In downtown's core, the public square is a welcoming beacon, and at the same time, a living metaphor for progress in Center City. The space, no stranger to change in its first 100 years, would take many shapes in the next 50. Open, closed, halfway open, forked, canopied, closed again, and completely overhauled. Voters defeated a bond in 1968 to make improvements to the square. A pedestrian mall went unfinished, and Park Central Square was closed to traffic for the better part of 2 decades in the 1970s and 80s. In 1970, Battlefield Mall opened on Springfield's south side, part of a sprawl of suburban development which drew shoppers and stores from the city's center. Hers, with a store in the mall, closed its downtown location in 1995.
When I first got here, the hers was standing as a vacant hulk, and it was sort of like the big monument to not being able to get things done.
We still have this vision of walking around downtown with these flyers in their hand, going into businesses, trying to get them to borrow our money and fix their buildings up, and invest in downtown, and to not much luck. Dust was swirling, papers blowing around. There's nobody on the streets. Jim and her out there. What do we do?
When the wind would blow, waste paper and plastic bags and things would blow down the street between the buildings, just like tumbleweed.
As a person who had grown up so in such close proximity to it, a sense of loss, real loss of that energy.
Even in times of seeming darkness, committed community members in the city were planting seeds of revitalization. Springfield undertook a community-driven planning process in 1994 where citizens along with city and county staff recognized and developed actions with a 20-year time frame. Vision 2020. Among its primary initiatives, a revitalized downtown. If Springfield is to prosper and grow in stature, it will require that downtown remain vital, valued, and special. This assertion is based on the fact that nearly every great city has a strong and vibrant area. Downtown will be alive with business, shopping, and visitors. Downtown will be the place to be for people of all ages. Downtown will be well maintained, attractive, and an inviting environment. These downtown initiatives would be managed by Urban Districts Alliance, founded in 1997. Barb Baker was hired as its first full-time employee.
I thought there was a lot going on with the theater, and the Vandervoort was full of offices. It wasn't really clean. There was trash and debris, and nobody really would pick it up except their own private, owners, property owners. But there was a lot going on. But there was a lot of vacant buildings also.
Really centered around individuals, people.
A great sense of community, of cooperativeness, of collaboration. Way early on, Alan Casey, Rob Baird, and me. Very soon, Brian Fogel got on board as part of the DSA movement.
We did not generally finance an entire project. We wanted the banks and lending institutions to participate, and about the only one that really would consistently was Brian Fogel. Brian was a fairly young loan officer, and he had the vision.
Tom Finney was the city manager. I think he had a lot of insights and the courage, I think, to try to pursue things.
When Tom came in as city manager, he was a new kid on the block, but he really had a vision himself for downtown, and that's translated into what we have today.
Vision 2020 set the course for revitalizing downtown. Among its immediate short-term actions were to organize arts, entertainment, and restaurant uses, strengthen the events and activities of the area, assist Galois Theater with renovation fundraising, develop a boutique hotel for people to live downtown. 2015's opening of Hers Luxury Living in Sky 11 represented an emphatic task complete.
People are living downtown. I think that was a critical thing.
A lot of lofts, which we did not have that hardly at all when I first came down here.
Developer Bill Graham came in and wanted to put in loft apartments. We all kind of looked at him like, what? You know, take one of these old burned out buildings and build apartments and people would live there. I mean, it was not something we were tuned into at all. So Bill took us to school.
Downtown has a much broader variety of things to do, options for people of all ages to enjoy. The movie theaters have been a great addition. We have generations who've grown up going to the little theater. We're bringing activity to dark corners that were vacant for too long.
Springfield, the downtown is going to become probably an innovation hub for the entire community. A lot of the technology firms, the startup companies at the E-Factory, most of those innovation type companies like to be in an urban area.
More concentrated living. I see specialty shops and also hardware stores, grocery stores, those things that you need in your everyday life.
The potential is there for a resurgence. The commitment of the people of this community has to be steadfast. They really have to get behind it and participate in it. Not just lip service, but really participate. Come see what's available. There are wonderful things to be seen and done, and people will just come and do it.
Our whole downtown is just a different place, and having the DSA really working that is just critical. It's like another world. You wouldn't know if you would drop from Back to the Future, 1984 or 5, and then popped into here, you wouldn't recognize it.
As any community continues to grow in the suburban areas, it loses a sense of self. And I think with downtown, you have the historic nature that has been preserved in many of the buildings to give you a feel of the past, but with then a flavor of what is to come, what is and is to come. And so, to me, that's what the heart of any city is. It's something that keeps you rooted in your past, but keeps you looking forward as well.
The heartbeat, the energy, the people, the history, the future, right now. It's all downtown. Downtown Springfield.